Hello, this is Lauren Delsack speaking, and if you're new to my channel, I am a professional astrologer. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the big news that's coming up in June for all of us in 2021. We're all going to feel the tension building in the first couple weeks of June if we haven't felt it already. And this is due to pressure that is building between Saturn and Uranus. Now, this tension or pressure is going to cause us to make some major changes or decisions in our life. Basically, the energies are asking us or creating sort of a tug of war between the old and the new. The old ways of doing things and new ways of doing things. As a matter of fact, we had this hit for the first time back in February this year, so you might want to reflect on what was going on in your life in February. This will be a process of development going on throughout 2021, but the second hit, we could say, the retrograde hit, is exact on June 15th in the middle of the month. And usually when the retrograde hit of a transit occurs, this is really when we're, let's say, rethinking, re-experiencing things that are going to cause us to make a decision, we could say. So if you've been feeling any kind of controls put upon you, let's say restrictions, limitations, even a dullness about the old ways, also this can be reflected in that the feeling of having to fight or struggle to make any kind of gain or progress in a certain area of your life. What this will do is it's going to cause you to make a break, separate, and consider your freedom from whatever this situation is. So I'll be discussing how this is going to affect each sign, what areas of life this struggle is going on in your life. And it's best to listen to both your sun sign and your rising or ascendant sign to sort of get a full perspective on this. You might also resonate with your moon sign. Timestamps for each sign will be in the description below, so you can quickly move ahead to the sign that you're concerned with. Now, before I get started on that, there is one little fly in the ointment here that we have to talk about, because during this period, Mercury, the planet Mercury, will be retrograde. What does that mean? That means until the 22nd of June, we're in this period of potential misunderstandings, miscommunication, delays, frustrations. And because of that, we usually say that it's not a great time to make a major decision during that period. We would wait normally until after June 22nd. However, with that said, between these pressures between Saturn and Uranus, sometimes the bow is going to break. So sometimes we can't hold on or hold back to make a decision. Things happen out of the blue unexpectedly, and we've got to move forward with something. So just depending on your situation, if you can, wait to get the clarity, the full clarity after June 22nd. But if not, in those first 2 weeks, if something is, let's say, overwhelming in terms of the pressure and the tension, then decide what you want to do. You can make adjustments after June 22nd. Okay, so let's move on to the signs. I'm also going to be pulling in, obviously, astrological information for you, but I'm going to be using the tarot to get specific messages for each sign. So basically, it's a general read. Take what resonates for you. Okay, with that said, let's go. Aries. This tension between the old and the new is occurring in the area of your life that has to do with, one possibility is how you're being recognized, rewarded, compensated through your profession as well. This can relate to friendships, group associations, the people that you, let's say, collaborate with, whether that be through your work or through friends, the groups that you associate with. And also the area of life that has to do with your finances, your sense of self-worth, what you value, how you value yourself. So there can be, for example, if you're feeling like there are restrictions in terms of, or limits in terms of what your, or how you're being compensated through your work, this could cause you to make some decisions in terms of your value. Okay, maybe you're gonna say, you know, this doesn't fly. I'm worth a lot more. You might even consider asking for a raise, something like that, or looking for a promotion. Okay. As I look at the tarot here, what we get is actually quite a good situation. I feel like whatever's going to go on with you, you're going to feel emotionally fulfilled and very satisfied with it, as well as victorious, okay? So it seems to me like you're celebrating something. Maybe you are getting together with friends at that time, or the people that you associate with, and it seems to be a very like celebratory, victorious situation. The advice also is that you sort of rest and retreat. Certainly put up any kind of swords that you've been battling with. This is sort of time to let the fights go. I feel also that it's saying here that you need to stick to your beliefs and your values. This is very important. Also putting your faith in a higher power. If you're dealing with institutions or some kind of institution, I feel like stick to your guns. Don't try to change the system or the rules and regulations. But overall, Aries, I would say thumbs up for you, because whatever you do in June at this time is going to be victorious for you, successful for you. I would also add here that in terms of friendships, maybe some friendships have become outdated for you. This is really talking about finding like-minded people that you resonate with, okay? So if your groups that you associate with or friendships are outdated, this might cause you to drop some of them in lieu of other people that are on the same page as you, okay? Taurus. Taurus, this tension or pressure is in two areas of your life. One that has to do with your career, your profession, your standing in the world, also your social status, single, married, divorced, and your legacy. The other area of life has to do with the self, expressing who you really are. And so my feeling here is that if you have felt controls, restrictions, limitations, boredom with your career situation, you're really being asked to make changes so that you can express, the true being that you are today. Maybe, for example, what you've been doing for a living, not that you're necessarily going to change that, but maybe that doesn't really reflect, or how you're going about your profession doesn't really reflect who you are today. And so there should be like no holdback here about, let's say, expressing the self that you are today, we could say, the true self that you are today. I'm feeling here with the tarot is that here's the thing, you've got offers and opportunities and messages coming to you. Certainly in terms of your finances, I feel like you will see compensation. Okay, if you make these kinds of changes that are best for you, you're going to be compensated very well for it. I feel also that you've got wish fulfillment here. Feeling like, again, the sense of emotional fulfillment. Everything seems to be going well. There could be some kind of new start opportunity for you to express a different let's say, more creativity and artistic flair to whatever you're doing, okay? Also, I would say possibly you might consider developing your skills in a new way. I feel like you're being motivated here to take some action, some inspired action, something more adventurous and more impulsive. It's really telling you to go for it. The only sort of fly in the ointment here can be that you're kind of, you see, here's the thing about Taurus, and I have Taurus rising, so I know this. We can become complacent, you know. We can become content with the way things are and not make the changes until, like, the universe pulls the rug out from underneath us. So what I'm feeling here is you might become a bit complacent. You might just say, well, you know, it's okay. But the universe is offering you the opportunities to make the changes. So I would say avoid any kind of like ho-hum, I'll just stick with what I'm doing. It's not the time for that. So the opportunities are there. Open your eyes and see them all around you, okay? Because it's really gonna lead to prosperity for you. All right, Taurus? Gemini. The areas of life where this tension or pressure may be building for you can have to do with higher-minded studies, how everybody else thinks. This area of life can have to do with metaphysical studies, either studying something or sharing what you know with others. It can also have to do with the internet or the platform through the internet, but it also has to do with internationalism, foreign countries, travel abroad, working with foreigners, basically expanding your horizons. Also politics, philosophy, law, religion, all sorts of subjects here. And the tension or the tug of war is also going on here sort of behind the scenes. It's the area of the horoscope that has to do with your subconscious, ways that we sometimes self-sabotage ourselves. But, you know, what's going on for Geminis here is I kind of feel like you're gathering information that maybe you're finding out the truth about some deep information, kind of like going down the rabbit hole, and you're not sure, or in terms of expressing that to other people, it's kind of like you're keeping that information possibly to yourself, which might be a good idea. So that's where you might feel some of these controls or restraints. However, you know, looking here at the cards, the tarot, basically with the Queen of Swords, it's like you see the truth. There's no BS here. You're going to speak your truth. You see the truth. You have the eagle eye view and the wisdom. There is a decision that I think you're going to have to make here for sure. Or you're going to have to, the advice might be to juggle two options, to sort of like be adaptable and flexible. If you're kind of like wearing two hats, you know, you're going to find a way to play both roles. But there is a decision that's going to lead to a victorious outcome for you. I feel like, again, go within because you see it all clearly. You don't have to try to prove what you know to other people. So you might be making some decisions here about higher-minded studies. Maybe you're ready to, like, travel as well. But I'm feeling also like you've got a stable home life. You're celebrating something. Sometimes, you know, this can represent some kind of, like, festival party you've been invited to. Also, it can sometimes represent a marriage, an engagement, that kind of thing. But I feel like your home life is stable. This is all about the information that you have and you know and what you're going to be doing with it. So maybe you are ready to share the truth with others on a bigger level, okay? Not just like chatting with your friends, but maybe you're ready to take this online as an example, okay? Cancer, The area of life where you can feel this tension between two areas of life here is one has to do with the resources that you have with other people, such as a marriage partner, a business, income, or from an institution, such as investments, loans, royalties, inheritance, this kind of thing. This area of the horoscope also has to do with occult studies, metaphysical psychology, alternative healing practices and therapies. The other area has to do with your group associations, the friends that you associate with, people at work, also how you're being compensated or recognized through your profession. So, maybe you're feeling like these resources that you have with other people or other institutions are somewhat outdated or dull for you. Just thinking out loud here, and that also in terms of like who you associate with, I'm feeling like you're looking for people that resonate, more eccentric people that really resonate with where you're at. It could also be something to do with your resources and friendships, something like that, because I'm looking at the cards here and I see that you've got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. I'm just going to throw this out there. This can be a female, a mature female that you're dealing with, for example. Somebody who's very logical, practical, charismatic, creative, this kind of thing. There could be, let's say, collaborating or doing something together with that kind of a person. That would be one way of looking at the tarot. I'm feeling overall that your finances are stable the way that they are right now. It's also asking for you to have patience in this situation, wherever you're feeling this tension or pressure, to sort of balance yourself emotionally, sort of maybe time out for some rejuvenation. But the advice is that you could be doing something. I feel like you can get the support from others. You're highly charismatic. You have, a creative vision that you could be doing something with. And the result is the Lover's card. So that can either be you're making a decision about this that could involve friends, and or colleagues. And on the other hand, it could be that you're in a relationship that is stable and that maybe you and your partner are going to find a way to work with whatever challenges are going on with you in terms of your resources together. So I hope that makes sense for you, Cancer. Leo. Leo, the two areas of life where you can feel this tug of war is going on with your one-on-one commitments to other people. That can be in a committed romantic relationship or marriage, a business partnership, your commitments to the public through customers, clients, this kind of thing. And the other area would be your profession, your career, what you do for a living, your status also in the world, and also through a relationship such as single, married, divorced. So I'm feeling here that you could be pulled between, let's say, a relationship. Maybe your relationship has become a bit stale or outdated, or your commitments to others in some kind of way you're feeling restricted or limited, and I feel like you want to be moving your career in a more innovative way. Also possibly deciding to break from some kind of business relationship in order to go your independent way through your profession or your career, you see, because Uranus is in your 10th house. It wants you to establish yourself in a sort of free, independent way, bringing some kind of new, exciting developments into your profession. Now, when I look at the cards on the table here, I'm thinking to myself, wow, okay, Leo, take what resonates with you, but there can be some kind of, like maybe you've had a lot of little disputes and little battles, with your partner or with dealing with other people or even in your profession. can be competition as well. I feel like you've got plans, but the plans are not ready to put into motion yet. You might also be dealing with, as I put some of these cards together, I'm feeling like you're dealing with maybe deceptive people, or someone who's sort of being deceptive, or really, I don't want to say stealing, but kind of like, not honest in their relation with you. Maybe it's coming from you, but I would say, you've got to be aware. The advice here is that you need to be aware of people who are not really having your best interest in mind. Maybe, be careful with your dealings with others, I would have to say. Take that as it resonates. I'm feeling like you feel somewhat limited. You see, here's the thing. I feel like you need change because you're feeling either locked out of a situation, left behind somehow, feeling maybe sorry for yourself in some ways. But the thing is here with the King of Pentacles on the table, it's telling me that like you're stable. Your finances are probably stable. I feel like you're in a good position, but maybe it has to do with the people that you're dealing with that you're going to have to make some kind of a break from through the work or through your commitments with other people. Develop your plans more is what it's saying before you take action. So hope that helps you. If it resonates, fine. If not, throw out the rest, okay? One more thing is there can be worries that you feel like you don't have the resources or that you're worried about your finances, but I'm kind of feeling like that's not where the issue is. I feel like you need to make a break from whoever is not worthy. See, here's the thing. Saturn is in your 7th house. This is all about who is worthy of my time, who is not worthy of my time. Consider that. Okay, Leo? Virgo, the areas of life where this tension you can be feeling these pressures, these controls, is between your day-to-day lifestyle, your day-to-day work life, the people that you work for, the people that work for you, the office environment within itself. Also, this has to do with your sense of well-being. What do you do for yourself in terms of fitness, diet, yoga, any of those kinds of things for your sense of well-being, versus the tension has to do with the area of life that has to do with higher-minded studies, how other people think, internationalism, either studying or teaching what you know, possibly travel abroad. So I kind of get the feeling here from the cards on the table that there's some kind of a new birth for you going on in June, I feel. You're going to be quite happy about it. You have the strength and the courage to move forward with whatever you plan on doing. The thing is here is that I feel like right now, in your life, there can be, petty little arguments or competition. You feel like there's competition out there. The advice here is that you really need to stand up and speak your truth and see the truth for what it really is. So if there's any way that you have not been honest with yourself, I think that if you go within, you know what the truth is. So you're either being asked to speak the truth, but not battle with the truth in terms of trying to debate other people about it, because the result is you resting, you taking care of yourself, the Four of Swords, putting the battle swords up on the shelf, done with that. Now this is all about you. I feel this is really all about you taking care of yourself, like I was talking about, your sense of well-being and sort of feeling really good about yourself, like fulfillment. And I feel like there's a new birth of something going on here. So you have the courage and determination to get through any of whatever you're dealing with. Okay? Hope that's helpful to you. I feel also one more thing here, that possibly your day-to-day lifestyle is outdated. It's limiting you, and you're being asked to broaden your horizons, whether that means to travel, to study something new, something innovative, something that excites you, something that is out of the box, let's say. So I would say if you're making any plans or thinking about traveling abroad, relocating, any of those things, I think that could be a very exciting direction for you. Libra, the tension or the pull between the old and the new has to do with several different areas of life. One that deals with creative self-expression, how you express yourself creatively. This area also relates to love and romance, how you give love to others. So dating type thing. And also if you have children, it can relate to children. The other area of life has to do with the resources that you have either in a marriage or with a romantic committed partner, a business partner, or coming from institutions such as banks, royalties, loans, this kind of thing, even possibly inheritances. It also has to do with the area, I'm just thinking out loud here, with how you feel valued by others. It can also have to do with the value and significance that you give to your sex life. And it also can have to do with occult subjects, alternative healing therapies, this kind of thing. I feel like maybe something has become a heavy burden or responsibility. If you have children, could be that. Or that you're feeling anxiety or fear about expressing your creative, whatever your creative outlet is. You're very creative and artistic, so there can be, with Saturn in this area of your horoscope, you're feeling like, am I good enough to take this out or do something professionally with it? Maybe it's time for you to collaborate with other people or to put your resources together with other people or other institutions. I'm just thinking out loud here, hypothetically, if you're an artist or a photographer, you might want to put your pictures online and get royalties from some big website like, Pixabay or whatever it might be. That's just one hypothetical example. Looking at the cards, you have lots of people here. So I would say, number one, I feel like because you're so relationship oriented, and this does have to do with love and romance, part of all this, I feel like you're being possibly offered some kind of love from somebody who's very sensitive, emotionally mature, as one example. So you could be getting sort of a love offer or deciding to take a relationship deeper with somebody. I feel like the advice here is that you need to stick to a mature man or woman, because you've got the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands both here, which could be telling me that be careful of immature energies, guys or girls who are just sort of players, come in, go out quickly, all talk, no action. I feel like the result is that you, whatever you're going to do, now also I can relate that Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands to your creative expression. It's like there's an opportunity, the universe is handing you an opportunity to start something new creatively, artistically. And it's asking for you to put it into action, because the result is the Queen of Pentacles. It's going to lead to financial stability for you. So whether it be a relationship with a mature individual is also going to lead to that kind of stability. But I feel like you're being called to do something innovative with your creative expression, your creative outlet, okay? Your artistry. It's time to step up and do something with it, okay? Hope that's helpful to you, Libra. Scorpio. Scorpio, the two areas of life where you can feel this tension between the old and the new has to do with one area that has to do with your home life, where you're living, where you put down roots, your house, your family, your personal home environment, your personal life, versus the tension going on here with your commitments one-on-one to other people. That can be through a committed love relationship or marriage, through a business partnership, through your relationship with the public, customers, clients, this kind of thing. Sometimes also this can involve lawyers and advisors if that pertains to you. So I feel like whatever's become sort of outdated with your home or your home situation or where you're living or the people you're living with, you could be asked to collaborate or meet more innovative, exciting people. Or maybe also what I would say is that your relationship might be telling you that you or your partner or the person that you're dealing with is looking for more freedom and independence in the relationship. I feel like that's possibly where the conflict can be for some of you. Looking at the cards here, I feel like you're being given an offer of love, or you're being offered something here that you're sort of like contemplating and making plans. Maybe in a partnership or a relationship, you're making plans together about something. But I feel like the energy here is that you've got to speak up. You're coming in like all guns blazing here with the Knight of Swords. You want to speak the truth. You want to tell it like it is. You want to be heard about what you know, or you've gained some information and insights about something. The advice is kind of like to relax, take it easy. You need to sort of step back and take care of yourself. I feel also like you're quite stable here financially, or that you know, whatever situation you're in, I feel that you've got the logic, maturity to see it clearly for what it is. I'm feeling like you're the Queen of Pentacles. Now, you could also, in relationship matters, be dealing with somebody possibly. It doesn't even have to be in love relationships. This can be also in your home environment. Somebody is coming in very impulsive with their words, possibly, that you're dealing with. Not sure of what that is getting at. Yeah, just clarifying that Knight of Swords. It could be somebody coming in here to give you a love offer. There's some kind of opportunity for love, I feel like, or to take your relationship on a deeper level. But does it have the maturity at this point? That's, I think, what you're evaluating. Whoever's making you offers here, are they mature enough for you? Take what resonates. That's what I've got for you. I really feel like you have to make some decisions regarding your home life, even considering possibly living together or not living together with a partner, if that makes sense to you. Okay? Yeah, because independence and freedom's always going to win out here. All right, that's what I got for Scorpio. Sagittarius, we're looking at two areas of life here where you may feel controls, limitations, looking for more independence and freedom. One has to do with how you think, how you communicate, what your outlook is on the world. This can also refer to studying something new or studying something further. Also, your immediate environment where you live, neighbors, relatives, this kind of thing. And the other area of life has to do with your day-to-day work life, your day-to-day lifestyle, where you work, the office environment, who you work with and for. Also, taking care of the self through diet, fitness, taking care of your sense of well-being, your health regime. Yeah, maybe looking for new ways through your new innovative ways through how you're going about your work and your lifestyle. Old ways of thinking, I see right away here from the cards, Eight of Swords. You've maybe got yourself, or you're living in your own self-imposed beliefs that are somewhat outdated, and you need to really confront what those beliefs are. What's holding you? You know, you're almost like tied up, bound up in your own way of thinking, and I feel like your thinking is outdated. Okay, your beliefs may be outdated. I do feel like you've got your plans. You're just like waiting for that boat to come in. You've sort of already planned it. You have your outline. You know what you want to be doing. But the universe is telling you to take action. It's telling you to move forward with your plans. If you sit there and wait all day for the right boat to come in, that you like the right color, you only want a blue boat, but yet you've got a yellow and orange boat coming in. You've got to grab the opportunities as they're being presented to you. So I kind of feel like you've got a way of seeing things with your beliefs that it has to be just so. And what the universe is telling you is like, no, move forward with your plans. You've got the courage, you've got the determination. Whatever fears you might have about not moving forward, I think you have to put them behind you. I also feel that people are here to help you and support you in any way that you need. So I guess the overall message here is get out of your mind, get out of the old ways of thinking, and move forward with your plans. Okay? Capricorn, the two areas of life where you can feel this tug of war between the old and the new and needing to break free from any restraints is going on, number one, with the area that has to do with what you have, your finances, your assets, what you value, what's important to you, your sense of self-worth, how you value yourself versus the area of the horoscope that can have to do with children, if you have them, your sense of how you express yourself creatively, fun and enjoyment, dating and romance, giving love to others. So kind of feel like you're being asked to be responsible with your finances. I'm just thinking out loud of the possible pairings here. Maybe you've been old ways of spending money or supporting your children is no longer working for you. You need to find something new there. Maybe you have been fearing or lacking your sense of confidence in terms of taking some creative project out on a new level. Even some insecurities maybe around dating, something like that. I feel you need something new and exciting in terms of either love and romance, how you express yourself creatively, that kind of thing. What I'm feeling through the cards here is, again, the living within your own set of beliefs, like you've got yourself tied up in old ways of thinking that you're being asked to change. Maybe you have old concepts about money, about finances, about your sense of self-worth. I do feel with the King of Pentacles, you've got the financial stability. It's just maybe how you're spending your money and on what. I feel like the outcome is victory, any way we look at it, success and victory with whatever you decide to do. The advice is that you've been hurt in the past before. Maybe the pain and hurt of past relationships has caused you to sort of feel wounded. It's the wounded warrior card. But on the other hand, he's still moving forward despite his wounds. There could be, again, with the moon card here, I feel there's fears and anxieties going on possibly with you. And it's self-imposed beliefs that you have about yourself. You need to break out of that. Break out of old beliefs about yourself is what I feel. I feel like once you do something creatively, once you express yourself in a new way, it's going to help you break out of any self-imposed prison in your mind, okay? Aquarius, the areas of life where you can be feeling this tension between the old and the new, wanting to break free, this kind of thing, has to do with, one, your sense of self. I feel like you're in a time period right now of making major self-realizations about what you want in your personal life and your professional life. This is almost like a new start going on with you, a new cycle, we could say, of expressing some new sense of ambition. So I think that you're contemplating a lot of things. The other area of life has to do with your home life, where you put down your roots, where you anchor yourself. Home, house, family, parents, this kind of thing. So there can be, I think, the pressure you might feel in June is, who are you living with and where are you living? And is that a good environment for you to be putting your roots down? Also could be coming up with some creative, innovative ways to make your home more pleasing to you, like renovation, redecoration, this kind of thing. but I feel like you're really contemplating some new directions for yourself. The advice here is that you need to sort of retreat from other people, retreat from the world, go into your own wisdom within you. If you're on a spiritual path, it's calling you to stay on that path. I feel like whatever situation that you're dealing with, justice will be served in a fair way. Everyone will get what they deserve. There could be some karmic payback going on here, maybe. However, overall, I feel like you're celebrating, or the universe is very happy with what you're doing. And possibly the advice here is that there's somebody coming in of a mature nature, it can be a man or woman, who has the emotional stability and sensitivity. Maybe they're helping you out in this situation. Could be a parent, could be a lover, could be even a friend, a mature friend who's caring, because I feel like you've got anxieties or something's keeping you up at night about, if I were to do this, what would happen, the what ifs, the should I, shouldn't I type thing. The anxiety also could be over making a decision, but you've got to go with the voice and the intuitive voice within yourself that's calling you to a higher level of consciousness and awareness, I feel like. So if that resonates with you, take what makes sense for you. Pisces. Pisces, the areas of life where you're going to feel this tension between the old and the new, has to do with what your beliefs are, how you communicate, what your outlook is on the world, your way of thinking. Also dealing with something that's more behind the scenes, working with things in your subconscious, being asked to sort of retreat from the world. You're kind of finalizing your responsibilities with the outer world. This area of the horoscope can also have to do with how we self-sabotage ourselves. Maybe you're taking a look at needing to have new ways of thinking, new beliefs, and not beating yourself up. I get the feeling from the cards on the table is that you're sort of maybe focused on loss and regrets from the past, how you've been hurt in the past, maybe like fears and anxieties that sort of keep you up at night. I feel you're being asked to let go of that. I also feel like you're being called to be more serious and responsible with finding some kind of, let's say, self-help, meaning like doing some kind of practices like meditation, yoga, going on a retreat, something like that, that could be beneficial for you to break out of seeing maybe the cup as half empty. I feel like the advice here is that don't become stagnant or bored or kind of like the universe is offering you something, but you're just like refusing to take any kind of opportunities or offers. But it's asking you to be the emperor. It's saying that you are the authority in your life. You set the rules and the regulations. You need to take control of whatever situation is going on. It could be, for example, I'm just thinking with the Emperor card out loud and dealing with this 12th house, that you feel like the government, as a hypothetical, is imposing rules and regulations on you to stay like locked up in your house because of this COVID thing. And I'm feeling like that's going to cause a depression for you. You need to change something up here for sure. You need to set the rules and regulations for yourself. You need to take command of your life and break out of old ways of thinking. This could involve studying something new, getting into some kind of practices that are beneficial for the self, like I was talking about. I feel like you're bored with the old, outdated, and it's time for you to shake things up, okay? You can be your own worst enemy in this area of the horoscope, so don't allow that to happen. Get out in nature, things like this. I feel like that's what you need. You need to break out, okay? So hope that's helpful to you. That's what I've got for all of the signs. Whatever changes the universe will bring in your life by the middle of June, I always say the higher power knows what's best for us. Okay, so be well and see you next time. Bye-bye.